this is Siri from Siri Tutor Blogs, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Business Analysts Interview Series. And today we are going to cover 4 topics. The first one is gap analysis, risk identification, failure impact, and impact analysis. So before we deep dive into the topic, I would like to request you all to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I thank you everyone for supporting me. My view count has increased, and it would be very helpful and supportive if you would please subscribe to my channel as well, which gives me a boost and encouragement to create more videos so that we all can benefit out of it. Thank you very much for all the support, and let's get started. So, coming to gap analysis, a gap analysis is a process of comparing a current state or as is process with the future state or to be process to identify what what is missing and what needs to be changed. So as a business analyst, I first start documenting how the process would work as of today, or how the process is working as of today, using process flow diagrams, stakeholder interviews, or through system walkthrough. And I define a to be state based on the business goals, and I compare the two to identify the risk, which includes the missing functionalities or manual workaround, data issues, or inefficiencies in the control. So, for example, in fintech, dispute process, dispute transaction process, as is process required a customer to contact the support, whereas to be support to be process in allowed the customer to submit the request online, and the risk involved or included the need for a new dispute API, a new UI screen, or a validation, fraud validation APIs, or a notification or additional audit search. So I document each and every gap to assess the business impact, and I translate them into user stories, acceptance criteria, and dependency tasks. So, this gap analysis helps us to ensure the delivered solution can address all the new required changes and also support the business objective. Okay, the second one is risk identification. So, risk identification is a process of proactively recognizing an event or a condition that could negatively affect a system or a business outcome. So, as a business analyst, I identify the risk at the requirement during the requirement gathering, and also during the system design by reviewing the dependencies, business rules, compliance needs, or inefficiencies or assumptions. So, the example risk includes unclear requirements, or it would be well, delays in the external vendors, or API performance issues, or security compliance, or um, any of the regulatory non-compliance. So, for example, in a dispute project in fintech, the key risk might be that a fraud API is unavailable, which prevents a dispute from being processed. At the same time, a transaction eligibility rules our rules are not fully defined. So these might be the few of the risks. So I document each and every risk in RAID logs to evaluate the likelihood and impacts. And I work with the stakeholders to define the mitigation strategies to such as like the fallback process or additional validation or phased deliveries. The next third one is failure impact. So, a failure impact analysis is which focuses mainly on understanding what happens when a solution or a process or a dependency fails. So, as a business analyst, I examine each and every integration point and ask what business functionalities would affect if that component is or becomes unavailable. So, for example, if a transaction API is failed, customer will not be able to view eligible transaction. At the same time, if notification services fails, the disputes might still be created, but customers will not receive any confirmation messages. So, so, so the failure impact analysis helps us to ensure the solution is resilient and that the stakeholders are aware of operational consequences. Okay, the fourth one is impact analysis. So, impact analysis is a process of assessing uh, how how a proposed change would impact um, a system, data, interface, business process, and a stakeholders. So, when a new requirement or a change request is introduced, I analyze which API, application, teams, reporting would be affected, and I estimate the efforts and risk and dependencies, and then I would anticipate the risks. For example, in a fintech dispute project, in the same dispute project, the the business might change the dispute eligibility window from 90 to 120 days. They might be they might be taking this decision to change it. So, as a business analyst, I will evaluate the impacts on the UI, API, business logic, database, services, and in the reporting, and also I verify the test cases, user documentation, and I then uh, I I will document all my findings, and I will let the stakeholders know so that they can make informed decisions um, on the scope, timeline, or priorities. So that's it, guys. These are the four topics that's very important for the interview point of view. The interviewers will they crave to understand if candidate know these differences. So it's very important. It's good to know. So I hope you like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.